Welcome to Mindfulness Moments. As I was having my coffee this morning, thinking about what I was going to possibly speak about, I looked across my bookshelf and I found this book, How to Practice Zazen, the Institute for Zen Studies. I probably purchased this book back in the mid to late 90s. And as I opened it this morning, I found this piece of paper, and it's a note that I had written. I think it goes this way. And I found it very interesting because it's right in a line with everything that we've been talking about. So I wanted to read it to you. It says, "Entering the meditation room, I see my true mind. I vow that once I sit down, all disturbances will stop. In the lotus position, the human flower blooms. The udumbara flower is present, giving forth its fragrance. Feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor. Brushing my teeth and rinsing my mouth, I vow to speak purely and lovingly. When my mouth is fragrant with right speech, a flower blooms in the garden of my heart." Do I even really need to comment on that? The sitting, the walking, the standing meditation, using our conscious breathing as an anchor. We've talked about that a lot over the past year. But how I went in this gata from entering the meditation hall to brushing my teeth, that's the part that surprises me. I find this to be a bit of an insight into my practice at that time in my life when I made this memo. Brushing my teeth, I'm cleaning my mouth, I'm making it fragrant with right speech, with loving speech. If I was to interpret what I wrote and the things that I chose, part of me feels that I was questioning what happens after you sit, what happens after the time in the meditation hall. And that's when we should have right speech. That's when we should have right action. And when we speak lovingly, a flower blooms in our heart, and we can share that blooming flower with the world. The first of Don Miguel Ruiz's 4 agreements is to be impeccable with your word. Brushing our teeth, we have right speech. Is this one of our biggest challenges? There's the saying, misery loves company. We talk about people standing around the water cooler gossiping. Why do we get sucked into gossip so easy? How do we feel afterwards? I never feel good. I never feel good when I get sucked in. So let us continue to look deeply. Let us continue to discover parts of ourselves. Let us continue to water the beautiful flowers, share their fragrance with others. We're not going out and trying to get other people to sit, to work on themselves. We're just working on ourselves so that we can work with them and we can share a different type of energy. And when they're ready, they will inquire. They will wake up. Everyone's on their own path. Everyone's on their own, on the path at their own pace. We're just here as reminders. But if we don't do the work, if we don't continue to return to that island of self, to use conscious breathing as our anchor, we'll be uprooted very quickly. So come back to the breath, practice loving speech. Please like, share, comment. See you next week.